Welcome to episode 38 of One Up Me, the first episode we're going to do in this new year. We hope you guys are doing awesome. We're going to talk about our game of the year of 2018. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to One Up Me, episode 36. Is that right?
38.
38 of... Why do you say One Up Me? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And as always, I've said this in a weird order, but my name is Ryan, and I am joined by my co-host, Jordan Sims. How is your New Year so far?
Good. Can't complain. Doing what I love, which is a podcast. Got the day off, which is nice. Probably do some online shopping that I may or may not need to do, and definitely play some video games. So
yep.
It'll be.
I'm out of groceries, and I trying to get some breakfast, and I woke up late, which I guess it didn't really affect it, but I got there at like 10:30, and all these restaurants that normally open up at like 10 were still closed. So I had to drive around for like 10 or 15 minutes to try to finally find a place that was open.
Dang,
I probably broke down and just went to McDonald's. So if y'all hear some of that, that's probably my ice cold Coca-Cola.
Oh man, yeah. I always feel defeated when I have to eat McDonald's. It's like it's the option you don't want to pick, but it's there.
I like McDonald's sometimes.
I do too. Sometimes.
Other times it's really gross.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's really gross. But I mean, it could have been way worse, you know.
It could have been worse.
I mean, I had Captain D's for the first time in 2 years the other day.
Oh my gosh,
It's not that bad. I mean, it's very
gosh.
I don't know, Captain Deezy. I mean, at least it didn't have Long John Silver's.
That's also true. For those of you that don't know what Captain D's or Long John Silver is, imagine
Who doesn't know who those are?
people that don't live in the U.S. Or people that just don't.
They're
live
like
in the
it's
South.
fast food fish restaurants.
Yeah, it's fast food seafood. So just imagine McDonald's if they only served seafood. It's
not cheap either.
It's not cheap. Yeah,
I got like a
it's
4-piece.
terrible experience
it was like
all around.
$10.
Yeah, and it'll definitely get you sick. So.
Man, one of our friends, it wasn't the direct cause, but
Oh yeah,
he ate Captain D's, and like on the same day, he something like his spleen burst or something.
His spleen exploded.
Or was it appendicitis? It was appendicitis.
Yeah,
it was
his
appendix.
Appendix. Yeah. He's like, I don't feel good. And he just like laid down on the floor, and it just like exploded. Obviously not in front of us.
I'm sorry.
What?
What was that? The last part?
I said he like laid down on the floor in the shop, and like he was like, I don't feel good. I'm just gonna go home. And then he ended up going to the hospital later. I was like, yeah, my appendix exploded.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe that's a warning to us all about where we know we should be eating.
Exactly.
But right before we do this whole game of the year shindig we got planned, we're gonna talk about what we've been playing. Dang it, I'm gonna cut that out. Just that last part. Okay, yeah. Before this whole game of the year shindig, let's talk about what we've been playing real quick. Jordan, have you been playing anything? I know you've been kind of busy lately.
No.
Nothing.
No, I have not been playing anything since we recorded One Up My News, whatever episode that was. So no. I almost said that I picked up Smash, but nope. I thought I played some Overwatch, but I hadn't. I've just only really had time to digest.
I think I might be done with Overwatch for a while. It's just that game comes in and out of my life, and
it does.
I was doing so well. I was getting my SRs rising, and then just days of idiots. So I'm done for that for a while probably.
Yeah, but video game wise, I haven't really played anything. I just haven't either had the time / taken the time and/or didn't feel like it. I did finish a bunch of shows.
What'd you watch?
I finished Lucifer season 3.
That is 3 seasons?
Yeah, it got canceled.
And Fox hasn't canceled it yet?
It got canceled, and then Netflix picked it up after everybody threw a tantrum about it. And I was like, look, it's fine. Just read the comics. The comics are amazing.
Comics are actually...
And...
I like Lucifer comics, yeah.
I can't remember what else I finished. I finished...
Any anime, any books?
Got it. Thank you. I finished Runaways season 2, which is really good. They're doing a really good job with the story on that. And I finished Voltron, Legendary Defenders on Netflix as well. And that show is wrapped up now. That show's done. And so that last season
Yeah, I heard it was done.
Yeah, that last season was pretty good for Voltron. Like, it was... I enjoyed it. And that's really it for what I've been doing.
I finished... I don't know. I'm thinking about it talked about on here, but I finished Steins Gate. I actually spent a couple weeks ago, but...
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really good show. If anybody's looking for a new anime and they haven't seen Steins Gate, I highly recommend that. And it actually got a season 2, kind of.
Yeah, sort of.
Last year, 7 years after the original one came out. Which, if you watch the show, it makes sense.
Better late than never.
Yeah, but I think they planned on releasing it last year.
Oh yeah, they most definitely
because
did.
It mentioned something about that in the show. I won't spoil it, but it's short. It's like 20 or 30 episodes long, so you can knock it out in a few days pretty easily, like on a weekend or something, if you want to check that out. But as far as games, Jordan mentioned Super Smash Bros. I have been playing that. Interesting. I haven't gone too deep into watching videos on YouTube, but I have watched like a couple tier list videos and everything. I do like the Inkling a lot. Very interesting. Not super easy to play because you got to worry about your ink management. You got one of your big tools is like a grenade that you throw that covers your opponent in ink, and if they have more ink on them, you do more knockback and damage and stuff.
Huh.
And then you got a paint roller. So yeah, and then of course there's a bunch of people with swords that are fun to play. Marth and
Sword Boys.
Lucinia, yeah, and I really like what's her, Chromo, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, the Dragon Lady.
Yeah, the Dragon Lady / man. You can choose a man or a girl.
Yeah.
I really like playing as her, but she just doesn't have enough. She doesn't hit hard enough. She doesn't have enough knockback. She's really fast, but I don't know. She's kind of hard to play just because she doesn't hit very hard.
Yeah.
But I've also tried to continue playing the Messenger. I feel like I've honestly just lost in that game right now. I don't know where to go, and I'm getting kind of frustrated with it. Let's take a sip of my Coke.
Sip of your Coke. That's good. Yeah, if y'all hear something on my end, it's the neighbor that's above me, and I don't know why he's awake, because he should be asleep now because he works nights. But I heard through the grapevine that he's been remodeling his house, apartment, whatever you want to call it, and I don't know why he chooses to do it at this time, but it's very annoying. So if you hear like buzz saws and ratchets and other tools that they have at Home Depot or wherever people buy tools at, it's my neighbor above me that's doing some kind of renovations. I don't know because
is a ratchet a tool?
Sure. Yeah. Those things. Yeah, I think it's a tool. They use them on cars.
What?
A ratchet. The thing you have like different bolts you can put on it, and it makes the ratchet noise. You never seen one of those? Sock
wrench?
I know what
you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, wait, that's a socket wrench?
I don't know, man.
I always thought I was never sure because I know somebody I don't know. Yeah, it is. I think it is a tool though. You're right. It is.
Anyway, if you hear like bouncing and jumping and stuff, it's the person above me, and I don't know what he's doing to remodel his place because they're not that big. I mean, it's like a 2-bedroom place with a decent sized living room. So it's just kind of like, what are you doing up there, man? Just stop making noise. Go to sleep. But anyway.
Well, I mean, when's he gonna do it? You know.
I know he can't do it during the. At least he's not doing it in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Messenger's getting. It's not like that is difficult. It is a difficult game, but I'm just lost right now. So I don't know. I may take a break on that and come back to it later.
Okay.
But the last game that of note that I put any real time into this past week was just continuing to play around with Kingdom Hearts. I'm 25 or 30 hours in now.
Nice. That's the sweet spot.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I've been to most of the worlds once, I think, and I'm kind of going back through a lot of them because you gotta. I think the deal with Kingdom Hearts 2 is you go. It might even be with Kingdom Hearts 1. I don't remember. It's been a few years since I played that game, but you go back to each world twice, or most of the worlds at least twice.
Yeah,
so I'm kind of doing that right now. I'm thinking it's going to take me maybe 40 hours to beat. So I'm well on my way to that. I should have that beaten well before Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out. And I might even beat another one of the games, Birth by Sleep, or one of those other weird games that has come out in the past 15 years when they weren't releasing Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, that's crazy that Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out in 28 days. Like, that's weird to say out loud, but it does. Huh. Cool.
It's actually coming out. Oh, I got stretch.
Stretch. Gotta get your stretches in before we have this lengthy discussion about our game of the year.
Okay. So, hold on just a second.
Okay.
Let me clear my throat.
Well, while he clears his throat, I'm going to warm up my throat by continuing to talk. So, I'm pretty excited for this episode. Looking forward to it. It's going to be pretty fun. We might even get into an argument, which would be awesome.
Yeah, I think we're just going to kind of have a discussion here. Just kind of talk about games we liked the year pretty much. And if we remember to, I think we're going to at some point declare our game of the year individually. I don't know if we'll get to. I don't think we're gonna get to a conclusion like together, but we're gonna at least have separate games for the year.
Yep.
Okay, so we have kind of this broken down into some tiers. We have the same tiers, but we have different games in each tier. It seems we have our game of the year, honorable mentions, some disappointments, and some games that we haven't played yet. Mm-hmm. So, you want to just go ahead and start this off? Go ahead and talk about it. You can go ahead and start off since your list is, I don't know,
different,
neater than mine. So, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, in my Game of the Year's category, the games that are battling against themselves in my mind to figure out what is going to get a Swaylock's seal of approval for Game of the Year.
The coveted award.
That's right. So, these are in no particular order, except the order that I typed them, but that doesn't mean the order of importance they have in my heart. So, we have, hang on, let me take some of this swig.
Ni no Kuni 2.
That's right.
Revenant Kingdom.
First up, we got Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom. We, Happy Few, God of War, and
Dad of War.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate College Dorm Room Edition.
What is College Dorm Room Edition?
That's the new DLC that's coming out where you get to fight in multiple universities over which Super Smash Bros. Character is the best. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. It's coming out February 2020. So, yeah, my game of the year, that's the list. I've been thinking about this for a while, honestly, about what I wanted on my list. And these are the games, in my opinion, that I enjoyed the most.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay.
We do have a couple games in common. Let's talk about the games that you have separate.
Okay.
And then I could talk about the games that I have separate from you, and then we can move on to the games we both have on the list, I guess.
Yeah, heard, sure. So, you want to talk about the games we have separate first?
Yeah, go ahead and talk about Ni no Kuni.
Okay. So, Ni no Kuni 2, it got me back into, I don't know what's going on with my voice right now. I guess I'm tired from talking at work so much yesterday. But, hang on. Okay, maybe my voice will not go out this time, which would be great if that could happen. Okay, but let me talk about Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom. It's what got me back into JRPGs, and it's just, I love everything about this game, except how tedious it can be.
A tedious JRPG? No.
Oh my gosh!
I've never heard of such a thing.
It got to. I probably put 80 hours in this game. Not because I wanted to, because yes, it's amazing, but because I had to. Because it's grindy. Man, is it grindy. You know, usually it's like, I can just power through. I'll outsmart these enemies. No big deal. Since they're 10 levels above me, whatever, it's fine. No, like, you need to be, even if you're like 1 or 2 levels under them, they'll still pack a punch. And so that's what I spent most of my time doing, is grinding. And I really did enjoy it. The story was great. I loved the animation. The music was awesome. It's beautiful. The voice acting is phenomenal. It's just beautiful. It's really well done. And then at a certain point, it opens up and becomes another game that's not just a tab targeting action adventure style game. It's like, here, manage this kingdom. And it becomes a managing game where you build this kingdom, kind of like a Sim City sort of thing. Well, kind of like what's it called? Like a management game where you got to, put this here, put that there, put people in the locations to build up the area and increase your might and whatever else.
Okay.
So I enjoyed all the, I enjoyed the mechanics of the game. I enjoyed the look of the game and the music.
Since I actually, go ahead real quick. Go ahead. I'll talk about it in a second.
But it definitely was really grindy, and that's one thing that I definitely could see it not being on people's Game of the Year list. And I kind of pushed past that, and I was like, okay, I don't care if it's grindy. I understand that it's grindy. I respect that it's grindy. But they made it grindy and hard so it would have replayability. So you'd keep going back to this universe and this world. Your stupid cat trying to get in the room, trying to be the podcast cat. So when Ryan lets in the podcast cat, I really do enjoy Ni no Kuni 2. It's one of those games it was very interesting. I bought it on a whim because I was like, this looks cool. And then, I played it and I fell in love with it. Well, I just finished telling them how I fell in love with Ni no Kuni 2 while you were letting the podcast cat in. So
what is she doing?
I don't know, doing a ritual?
She decided to, I was going to put a towel down on the door so she couldn't scratch at my carpet. And when I was going to get in touch, she just walked in my room.
She doesn't care, man.
And now
she's in there.
I put a towel down. I was like, whatever, she can stay. I had to, skip my chair up. I was like, I don't care, whatever. I just put a towel down so she can't scratch my carpet trying to get out or something.
So
now she's on my left where the wood paneling is in my room, or the wood floor, which I cover with rugs so it doesn't echo too badly. And now she's playing with those rugs.
Just let the cat play, man. I'm sure she's fine. Now, if she starts doing a summoning jutsu, you get out of there because ninja cats are scary. What were you going to say about Ni no Kuni 2, though? I told them the story about how I fell in love with it while you were letting the podcast cat in.
I don't know. I almost, now that I think about it, wish I'd put this in my disappointment category. I kind of forgot about it. I don't know. It just didn't live up to the first one at all to me.
I said, ouch. That hurt me. But keep going with your thoughts.
It didn't look. I don't think it looked as clean as the first one.
I thought it looked amazing.
It didn't look bad, but I mean, have you seen the first one? It looks like a Ghibli movie.
Oh well, yeah. But I also haven't played the first one either, so I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't like the story as much. I didn't like the weird communist vibe it had going on.
Once you beat the game, it's not as communist. It's not that bad.
I don't know. I just didn't care. It felt like it took forever for anything to happen, and I understand JRPGs and RPGs sometimes can take a while to get going. But I don't know. I just didn't care, and I could not care less about the kingdom building. I didn't like the. I don't know. I didn't like the I can't remember. This might have been in the original, but I don't remember it being in the original. I didn't like the weird the chibi thing where you ran around the map. I didn't like that.
Oh yeah, that's in the second one.
In the first one, you have these almost like Pokemon things that you collect.
Yeah, same.
But in this,
they're
what?
The Higglies.
No. That's not what I'm talking
not
about.
in the first one? Dang.
No, that's not in the first one. In the first one, it's almost like you're catching Pokemon, and which wasn't in this. You had the Higglies, or whatever Jordan called them. That I just didn't find as compelling because they were only, there were several different types, but there were way more types of the Pokemon type creatures in the first one.
Okay.
I didn't like the protagonist as much. I didn't dislike Evan, but he was, I don't know, I didn't like him that as much, nearly as much.
Okay.
I think I stopped right after, like, the Sky Kingdom, maybe. I think that's the last point I remember playing with the girl that, or her dad is going to, like, kill you and eat you.
Yeah, Tanny and, yeah. Man.
And then he's like, I also didn't like how Evan was. He's so altruistic.
I'm
like,
Evan!
To a fault. He's like, I know you were going to eat me, but I'll help you with your daughter.
It's just like, man.
Nah, I ain't doing that. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go help your daughter. I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen.
It's definitely an interesting game.
I'm not saying it's bad by any means. Just because it's something that would be on my disappointment list. I'm not saying it's bad.
But moving on to We Happy Few, which you didn't play.
Moving on up.
So,
moving on up.
We Happy Few is one of those games that we talked about a pretty good bit on the podcast, and I didn't know about it until Ryan brought it up in the podcast one time. And I was like,
what is she doing now?
I don't know, man. Summoning jutsu,
She's
probably.
on my headboard.
But I really enjoyed We Happy Few because it's really weird. It's one of those games where I feel like they made the game to teach people a lesson about, like, yourself as a person and mental health stuff more than they did, like, to make a good video game, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I feel that they focused a lot on the story and not
the game.
Correct.
Okay.
And not a lot on the gameplay.
I've heard a lot of people saying that this was a disappointment to them. I was listening to some podcast. What was it? It was the Bombcast by Giant Bomb, and they're like talking about how it was one of their most disappointing games of the year.
Yeah, I really.
So, what did you like about it?
I liked the story. So, for those of you that don't know, after you beat the first story, there are 2 additional stories you get to play. Which I thought was really weird because, one, I didn't care about either of these 2 characters that you were going to play after you finished the main.
Maybe you would have cared about. Did you? So you didn't play the stories?
I didn't play the last 2 stories.
The second 2. Okay.
But
okay, I got you.
I did finish the first story. I saw the credits on that one, and in my opinion, I beat the game because it's what I wanted to finish. I wanted to finish that character's story. I didn't care about the other 2 stories. And it doesn't add to it. It's just like, here's these other 2 characters.
But but you don't think that subtracts from it if 2/3 of the game you're not interested in them?
No, not at all. I think that Arthur's story, his story by itself, stands alone enough that if that would have just been Arthur's story and the other 2 stories wouldn't have been a thing at all, I would have been completely fine with it. But the way the game does it is there's not really any cutscenes. There is cutscenes. But if there is cutscenes, it's just a voiceover with like a painting. But you get to the end of the game and it actually gives you like a CGI movie. And you're like, wow, they can really do a really good job with this. And you're like, okay, cool. And it shows you the credits. And you're like, wow, I'm done. Cool. And then it loads up a new game. And you're like, what is happening? This is really weird. And then it obviously tells you the whole story, blah, blah, blah. Like, this is what's happening. You're going to play through so-and-so's story now. Enjoy. And it's like, no, you showed me the credits. I'm done, man. Like, I'm good. I don't care about this other person. Don't care about the person after that. It doesn't add to my experience that I had with Arthur. I just put 20 hours in this game. Or however, 20, 30 hours in this game. I want more of Arthur's story or none at all. Like, I don't care about, X, Y, and Z and all that about this game. But I will say if it's on sale, you should pick up We Happy Few because it definitely does teach you something about, I'd say, mental health and what people go through and just how it actually has some really what I thought were deep meanings about what people go through and how they can appear to be happy on the outside when actually completely devastatingly crippling suffering on the inside, sort of thing. So it's definitely, I think it's a thought-provoking game in that sense. It's like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a movie it's like you're playing a movie more than it is playing a video game, because mechanically some of the stuff that happens in the game is really stupid and terrible. So if you just, have some extra bucks and you want to go to a 20-hour movie, sure, do that. But if you don't, I'd say just watch a playthrough on YouTube. You'll get the same experience.
So I can go ahead and talk about some of my games that aren't on your list.
Yeah, go ahead.
First game I have on here, I'll go ahead and talk about Spider-Man. Spider-Man, while he's not my favorite superhero, he is one of my favorites, I would say. And it's nice to see a superhero game that does it right. Of course, we have the Arkham franchise, but besides that, good superhero games, especially good licensed superhero games, are few and far between, to say the least. And the last good Spider-Man game, I don't even know when that was. When I
can't name one.
I'm sorry. Well, I mean, there have been some. It's just been years and years. It's kind of funny because when I first played this game, I think I had to download it, an update for it or something, and it took a while. And it was about 2 a.m, and I got through the first part, and I don't know if I was just having a bad day or what, but I was like, oh no, I don't know if I like this game. So I turned it off and went to bed. And I woke up the next day and I got ready for the day, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this a second try. And I could not have been more wrong. When you jump out. By the way, spoilers for everything. We're not gonna hold back here. Unless Jordan wants to, I'm not going to hold back.
Oh, definitely, I can't hold back. I gotta. It's a new year. I mean, they've had time to play these games.
So it starts out going through Peter's room, and for whatever reason, I can't remember exactly what. He gets a call and he jumps out of his window, his dorm room or apartment room. I think it's his apartment, and he, immediately it freezes and it tells you how to swing. Like that's the first thing you do in this game is swing, and the swinging feels perfect.
Yeah, it's so hard to describe how good it feels too. Like you just have to get a controller and try it out yourself. It feels like you're swinging in the game. Like
it feels so good.
I guess the easiest way to an in real life feeling I could relate it to is when you're going up a roller coaster and it gets to the top, and then it slowly goes down and you're descending. That feeling, the momentum of
it does feel kind of like a roller coaster. That's an interesting comparison. But yeah, it feels perfect. And I mean, several minutes in, while I was still getting the hang of the swinging, I hit a building, right? But I don't obviously not gonna explode or anything. But you run on the side of the building.
It's so cool.
And oh my gosh! And of course, because of that, now I know I can do that. So I'm gonna try to do that. And oh my gosh! Like you run, you can run up the side of buildings, and then when you get up there, press an action key, and lets you shoot off the top of the building, and it feels so good. It feels so good. Oh my gosh!
It is. Yeah, this is hearing you talk about it so excitedly and happily makes me want to load it up and play New Game Plus on it, and I might do that.
It feels so good. And I could have platinumed it easily, but I was ready to move on to the next game. But I beat this in just a few days. I enjoyed collecting the backpacks. They were funny. They weren't too intrusive. The combat was also great. Not as good as the Arkham games, but it's pretty close. It felt really good. You felt powerful, but not too powerful because, I mean, you can make all the jokes you want about, Spider-Man killing people in this game, but it felt like, you weren't putting holes in people's chests, I guess. I do think it's funny how when you throw people off buildings, he whips them to the side of a wall. So they don't fall to their death.
Even if it looks like they're going to fall to their death, he saves them.
He saves them. They might have PTSD, but they shouldn't have been a criminal.
That's right.
But also, one thing that this game doesn't skip out on is the story.
It does have a really good story.
It's actually, it's kind of heartfelt and it's a really good Spider-Man story.
It is.
You start out and the first time you see real quick, this game is also beautiful.
Yes, I feel like I still want to go to New York one day, but now I don't have to. If I can't ever make it that way, I can literally just walk around New York as Spider-Man, and it's the entire city, which is pretty cool. And it's actually done to detail. It's not like, you can't go to this area. You can go anywhere you want. It's pretty great.
So I remember the first time I saw Otto Octavius, Dr. Octopus. I was like, that's Dr. Octopus because he mentions him by name. He doesn't call him Dr. Octopus, but I was like, is he going to become the bad guy, And then he doesn't, at least not at first. There's this guy called Mr. Negative that is kind of the central protagonist for most of the game. And he eventually you kind of go through the game, doing the Spider-Man thing, and he gets Mr. Negative gets more and more prominent, I guess, and he ends up killing Miles Morales' dad, which was actually kind of impactful. It's a kid who's losing his father. You might not think about that in a Spider-Man video game.
Yeah, most definitely. It's one of those things where, and what am I trying to say? Okay, I got it. It's you get to play as different people in this game too. Yeah,
you do. I mean, and that is the worst part of the game, but it's still interesting.
Yes, I agree. I enjoyed a couple of the missions when you play as different people, but all in all, I would much rather be whipping around and beating people up as Spider-Man, and it feels good. Like, the power-ups are cool. There's tons of different suits. If you're a Spider-Man fan, this game is a love letter to you, because all the stuff you get to do is amazing, and especially all the cosmetical stuff. I guess suits would be a better word than cosmeticals. The suits are amazing, and the effects for the suits are great, and I have nothing but high praise for this game.
Yeah, and all the stuff with Harry. You find out that at the end that Harry's sick. He's supposed to be away in Europe or something, and it turns out that one of your best friends is like on death's door. The fights at the Sinister Six I also really enjoyed.
Those were really fun. I like the way they did it. How they team up together, and it's especially the locations for the fights, they're interesting. It's just they thought of every detail, and I don't have any complaints about this other than the second one's not out yet and I can't play it. That's the only complaint I have, is that I want more of the story.
Yeah, there's just like straight up talking about Arkham earlier. There's basically a Scarecrow level with Scorpion where you can't like touch the poison, or you're like you are hallucinating in it, where you look like the Scorpion is huge and all this crazy stuff's happening. Very similar to the Scarecrow levels in Arkham.
That was one of my favorite fights or levels, if you want to call it either, or whatever you want to call it.
The fight with Mr. Negative is also really cool. One of my only complaints is it's kind of obvious who Mr. Negative is.
Oh yeah,
Mr. Negative is really early on. Basically, immediately you're like, "Is that him?"
Yeah.
No. Yep, that's him.
It's like most definitely that's him.
But in the fight at the very end, spoilers, like we said, Dr. Octopus becomes Dr. Octopus, and you fight him as his protege. He was your mentor, and he was losing what's the word?
His mind?
No, well, yes, but he couldn't use his limbs. He was going to lose the ability to walk and stuff, and to use his arms effectively. So that's why he develops these arms, and you can kind of see as the game progresses him getting a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Oh yeah.
But you're like, you kind of feel sad for him, and you're like, is he gonna become Dr. Octopus? And then he walks up and he's got the arms on his back. You're like, yeah, he's gonna become Dr. Octopus. And at the very end, it's you fight him, and it's really meaningful because, oh my, when he reveals that he knew that you were Spider-Man, and Peter's like, you knew and you didn't help me, like you knew all this stuff was happening and you just kind of go off on him. I really like that.
Yeah, Peter gets super pissed, and I guess I'll tie this into my honorable mention is Spider-Man's on my honorable mention list, and like I said, I have nothing but high praises for this game, and just check it out. If you have a PS4, you deserve to treat yourself and get Spider-Man. It's well worth it.
Oh yeah, this is a must play in my opinion.
It is a must play if you have a PS4. It's a must play of 2018. It's a must play if your friend has a PS4.
If you're a Spider-Man fan, if you're just a fan of good combat and good mechanics.
If you live in New York, it's a must play.
Just play the game. Just play the game. If you have access to a PS4, you should play this game.
Exactly. Even if it's not your PS4, just get them to buy the game for you and then play it on their PS4.
And we have 3. No, wait, no. I have apparently. Okay, did you just add Red Dead to your list?
Because I was a fool for it not being there. I was sitting there and I'm like, I don't have Red Dead on anything. I'm like,
Were you like, no, Red Dead was bad and I'm gonna be the cool guy who doesn't like it?
No, not at all.
You just forgot?
No, I don't know why. I was being stupid. I don't know why I didn't type it down.
Okay, but before we talk about that, talk about the last game that's on my list that is not on Jordan's, and that is Celeste. This is a game similarly to We Have a Few that Jordan was talking about, where it focuses a lot on mental illness, anxiety, depression, and whatnot. But the gameplay is the best part. It is so good. It's some of the best 5-point I've had in years, if not ever. It's brutally difficult, but it just feels so good to go from. You learn a new skill every once in a while, and they all work so well together. It also looks beautiful too. I feel like, and the music. Oh my gosh, the music is so good. You should go listen to it. It's on Spotify. I've listened to it sometimes, but I remember there was one specific a collectible that I was just like decided that I'm going to get this, and I spent literally hours on one level, a level that I could have beaten, just to get a strawberry. I don't know why I decided to do it, but I didn't collect all the strawberries, but I was just like, I'm gonna get this strawberry, and I did, and it felt so good when I finally got it.
The first time I heard Celeste music was at the Game Awards, played by their orchestra, and I was like, this music is incredible. And I was just like, man, because every once in a while, I'll play a game solely because of the music or the art style the studio decided to take. And the music made me want to play Celeste. So I'm definitely going to be picking it up this year.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it. The thing about me is, and this might be kind of contradictory with one of the games I have on here, but gameplay is far and away king for me. Unlike Jordan, if a game is bad, I don't know. I'm not trying to speak out of for you, but if a game has good music and it looks good, but it's kind of the gameplay's not that good, I'm straight up not gonna play it. Make a good game. It's a game.
I 100% understand and get what you're saying, but I don't know.
But the gameplay on this is perfect.
That's what I've heard. I've heard nothing but high praise for Celeste.
It will kick your butt, though. Okay. It will destroy you. But you're in and out of the levels so quickly that it doesn't really matter. I've probably died thousands of times, honestly.
I'm pretty sure it'll tell you somewhere.
It will. It will. I just have to check.
I'd be curious to know how many you got.
You want me? I can check real quick.
Sure, yeah. So.
Hold on. Let's see if we can find it.
Cause I am curious about how many deaths
I don't think I deleted the game or anything.
Did you buy? You gonna get that physical copy of Celeste that's coming out soon?
I want to, but I don't know. I don't want to. I'm not sure how much it is, and if it sells out, I'm definitely not gonna buy it because all the scalpers and stuff.
Poor eBay scalpers for Celeste.
Poor eBay scalpers.
Well, it sucks. It sucks they chose that to be their job, and it sucks that people pay that much money for them. I saw that Ratchet and Clank bundle was limited edition, or Jack and Dexter. One of those. It was Jack and Dexter. I saw one of those sell for $1,000 and about threw up everywhere. I was like,
that's really stupid.
No, thank you. But
you can buy it on the PS3, like
for super cheap,
for probably $20.
For so cheap. It's
Here, I'm gonna play. I'll play some of the music too.
Okay. I don't see what.
Hold on, I'm trying to get through this.
Has all those loading screens to get through. It's
Come on.
Load faster, Switch.
Also, I love Madeline, the main character.
I didn't honestly. I thought her name was Celeste this whole time.
No, the name of the mountain is Celeste. Okay. Holy sh. Oh my god. Okay. I died 5,108 times.
That's not as much as I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna be like, I've died 10,482 times.
No. Hold on. Let me go to a level real quick and play some music.
Okay. But
are you ready?
Are they cheering?
What?
Are they cheering? Sounds like they're cheering.
I don't. Okay, you know what?
Okay.
Yeah, you can just. This is some of the. I guess you could say some of the chill music they have at first.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not gonna. If I keep playing, I'll. Okay, yeah. So that's some just very very basic music. It gets way better. Just look up music. We can. I don't know. Maybe I'll link some music in the show notes or something. But music is absolutely perfect. I think it won best music for several outlets. But the gameplay is in my opinion, is what really shines, and that's what's most important to me. But on top of the gorgeous graphics, the incredible music, and it actually has a story about like basically overcoming your anxiety and realizing that you have to live with it. Realizing that it's a part of you. You don't get to put that in a closet and pretend like it doesn't exist. It does.
That's some deep meaning for a girl that collects strawberries on the side of a mountain.
But it's okay, you know. People will still accept you. You should accept yourself.
Boom. There you go.
But yeah, let's move on to something that's even more depressing, probably.
Yes.
Because Red Dead Redemption 2. What are your thoughts? You can start this off.
Okay. Red Dead Redemption 2. Arthur Morgan. This all happens before Red Dead 1, which I haven't played, by the way. And again, if you were curious, like Ryan said, yes, there will be spoilers for Red Dead Redemption 2. So, like I said, you start off as Arthur Morgan. You're in Dutch's gang. You do a whole bunch of crazy stuff. If you want to know our whole entire thoughts, we did a complete Red Dead episode. You're more than welcome to check that out. We're definitely not going to go over everything here again. But I loved this game. It was awesome. I love the online system, even though it's really crazy and cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs right now. The economy's bad. Anyway, we've talked till we're blue in the face about that too. But this game it's one of those things that surprised me because I knew it was going to be good. I didn't know it was going to be amazing. It's one of those games where people see you play and everyone's like, I didn't think you'd play a Western game. I'm like, I didn't think I'd enjoy it either because I don't really care.
How many Western games are there, really?
I mean, yeah.
Not many.
But, but if someone had to peg me, I would much rather be playing like a fantasy game or an anime style game or like a cyberpunk kind of game. Like I enjoy those genres. But, people saw me playing this and they're like, you're playing Red Dead? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, but it's cowboys. I didn't think you'd like, cowboys and stuff. But it was amazing. Like I now have a standard for how horses should behave in video games. And if they don't behave as such, I get very frustrated with them because They spent so much time on the horse mechanic in this game that it is utterly perfect. I feel like I could go successfully ride a horse again and not do a too shabby job. The guns are amazing. Like literally everything about this game is like down to the weather is perfect. I found myself a lot of times just not hiking, galloping on my horse up to the top of a mountain and just enjoying the sunset or the thunderstorm in the distance and watching the NPCs run around the plains. And I just enjoyed the beauty of the game and just how breathtaking it was.
This game, and I think Jordan would agree with me on this, is not perfect.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
No game is, and no game will ever be. It feels stiff at points. I shot and decapitated multiple people on accident.
I did it on purpose a lot. A lot.
I did it on purpose a couple times. At some points, some people, I don't have that many problems with it, but the story can feel kind of at odds with the way you play the game, with the way you choose to play it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
And that's kind of, it's kind of difficult to balance when you have such a story-heavy game, but it's also kind of an open-world game where you can choose what to do. But it also, the systems can kind of be bogged down sometimes. You know, you might, you have to hold R2 and then hold R1 and then press triangle or something. But if you get through all that, this game is absolutely incredible.
It really is.
Go
ahead.
You start, sorry, I was gonna say, you know that you start out in a snowstorm, and it is so beautiful. It is the best looking snow I've ever seen in a video game. When you obviously when you walk through snow, you're gonna move it out of the way, right?
Yeah.
But in this game, maybe this has been done before. I don't know. But when you bend down, when you kneel down to walk,
the crouch,
so you won't be seen. Exactly, when you crouch. Thank you. Your arm drags through the snow, and it shows where your arm is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That is when I was like, damn.
Exactly. And at first you're like, I was kind of depressed when I opened this up. I was like, a freaking snow level. Oh, I want to be a cowboy. And then I was like, I'm okay with this. Like, I'd be 100% okay if I spent my entire time in the game in this snow area, because that's how cool it was. It was just like, okay, go hunting, track this animal. And it's like the mechanics of the snow, it had me feeling cold sometimes, where it was like, it would make I'm not even going to try to attempt to make the noises this game creates, because it's, yeah, thank you, that noise. And just from, even I love the dialogue. How if you're this...
Oh my gosh, the dialogue's perfect.
I'm talking about also how yes, that is perfect, but I was talking about more specifically how they recorded the dialogue. It seems like they recorded multiple tracks for multiple instances, because if you're riding...
they definitely did.
If you're riding next to someone and you're right next to them, it sounds like this. But if you get back from them, it sounds like this, and you start to yell. And it's amazing that the game does that, and how smart the NPCs are. I wish other games had NPCs that are just smart. Like, and like I said, we did a Red Dead episode. You're more than welcome to check it out. But just a backstory to how I played Red Dead. I killed a lot of people. So I went in and killed everybody in this town except this one guy that was begging for change, and I gave him some money because why not? Entrepreneur. So he...
We played this game very differently.
We did.
He played it as a raving madman, I think.
Yes, I did. So, like I said, I murdered this whole entire town except this one guy. And obviously, a couple days, everybody's still dead. And everybody's kind of confused why everybody's dead. And then, I came back probably like a week later in game time. And the guy's like, don't worry. The same beggar he was at a different spot in town now. Just around like a different corner. But he was just like, don't worry, mister. I haven't seen you since you were here last. Wink, wink. He didn't actually wink, but he gave off that vibe of like, And then he was like, I didn't tell anybody about what you did last time, mister. Don't worry. And I was like, thanks. And you're not going to. And then I shot him in the face. So.
Are you serious?
Yeah. But it was just.
Why?
Because he remembered. He didn't tell anybody, but, now he definitely can't tell anybody. But it was just interesting that it had been a week in game time, and the game remembered that I had talked to this guy, that we had a conversation, and that he brought it up to me again. And it's just like, the NPCs are so smart. They're beautifully written. It is, again, this is a must-play if you have a PS4 or an access to a PS4, and I definitely want to get more in-depth into Red Dead Online, and I wish Ryan would play it with me, but
I need to. I know.
But we definitely need more. We definitely need more than 2 people in our posse. So
yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can get somebody else to play. But the story of this game is so good. It's just so good. It's really interesting how it points out the faults and blind loyalty. And
we need more money.
Yeah, like this cult personality in Dutch, who turns out, I don't know if he was always a sociopath or if he just kind of goes crazy or what, but how someone who is basically his son follows him to the ends of the earth, but then he sees that he doesn't want to fall off the edge.
Exactly.
For all you flat earthers out there. And Arthur is, I think I've come to the conclusion, Arthur is my favorite video game character of all time.
He's definitely up there with me. This game, like, I enjoy talking. I enjoy expressing myself and having discussions and conversations. But very rarely does something is so amazing that it makes me stutter and stammer and not have words, because I'm feeling and thinking so many different emotions about said topic or said thing that it just overwhelms my brain. Red Dead does that for me, where it's a roller coaster of emotions, and it's just...
My play changed depending on what happened in game.
I was just a madman pretty through and through. I was just... it was crazy.
I understand that. It can be fun to do that. But I usually try to do that on, like, my second playthrough or something. But I started out the game, and I was killing... I didn't kill everybody, but I killed some people. As the game moved on, I killed less and less people. Fairly early on, I decided I was going to shoot people in the shoulders and in the leg, making the game more difficult for me. But I felt like that's what Arthur would do.
Yeah.
Only kill who needs killing. Just like Dutch says.
I am determined to play Red Dead 1 now, only for the sole fact of being able to kill Micah. That's...
wait, did you not finish? Did you finish the prologue?
Never mind. I just remembered that happened. Sorry. The sole purpose to kill Dutch.
Yeah, you should be able to kill. Yeah, but yeah, I can't. When I felt bad for Arthur, I let his hair grow, and I would, like I said, when somebody deserved to die, when I was like, Arthur would kill this man.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Or stealing a child, I shot him in the face. But besides that, I usually no game. I don't think any game has ever made me do that, and that is powerful. That is powerful.
It really is.
This is the greatest story that's ever been told in video games.
Wow.
I really think it is.
Okay.
And that is going to put it high on my list.
I think
for this year's game of the year.
I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is definitely going to be one of those. I'll put it in a classic category, where we're personally going to be talking about it for a while to come, and everyone else is too, probably, on the standards that it set, the feats that it made, just of how spectacular it was, and how it just took everybody by storm. Even people that weren't gamers were interested in this game, and that's That's something else that's really powerful about this game. The fact that it brings people together. Even if you're not in the gaming community, it's like, oh yeah, you're playing that Red Dead. I picked up a system and a game just to play this game because it looks so cool, you know. And it's just like it's so good, and that's and me saying it's so good is an understatement.
Moving right along, our next game from now on out, at least in this category, we do have the same games, I believe. We have God of War. What did you think of Dad of War?
Well, it's the best parenting guide out there in video games. So if you want to know how to be a single,
I don't know about that.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
So if you want to know how to be a single father, play Dad of War. It'll teach you everything you need to know. I thought it was great. Gameplay was awesome. Story was awesome. I'm a big God of War fan. It's definitely holds up true to the franchise. Beautifully written. Thank you, Santa Monica Studios and Sony.
Kratos is actually a good character now, so that's fun.
Yes, I can relate to Kratos. He's not just because if you try to be Kratos from the old games, you're just angry all the time and
he's just a big rage monster, psychopath.
Yep,
trying to
and that doesn't get you
kill everybody.
That doesn't get you anywhere in life. But I can grow a beard and become a single dad. That's pretty easy to replicate.
Well. It doesn't have to be dad. A dad. You don't have to be a dad.
I
know. Everyone has, relationships that they need to be better with.
That's true, and that's what this game really is about. It's about Kratos building his relationship with Atreus, and the beautiful thing about this game is, no, you don't have to go play God of War, God of War 2, God of War 3, God of War Chains of Olympus, or God of War Ascension to understand, or whatever that other game was for PS3. You don't have to play any of those to understand this game. It gives you enough backstory and enough understanding of, hey, Kratos is from a different land. He's now in this land. He has a son. Their wife/mother is dead. They got to go on to an adventure to scatter her ashes. And that's the whole entire purpose of the game, 100%. And it's just like, I didn't ever feel pulled away from that, in the fact of like, this is my goal. I'm doing all these things to get to this goal, and nothing is going to stop me. No matter where I have to go or who I have to kill, this is what I have to do. Like, that is my goal. And sometimes in other games with stories, you feel like, well, I have this objective, but I'm going to go do this side quest, and I
didn't really do any side quests in this game.
Well, yeah, I did one or two here or there, but just because I was exploring and trying to just figure out the lay of the land and different stuff. And then after a while, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna focus on this, But it did help me early on in the game. I got like a legendary, legendary armor from doing a side quest, which wasn't that difficult to do, but it took a little bit of time. But some games make you feel like, hey, yes, you have this main objective, but you have to do this. You have to do A, B, and C to get to the main objective. This game doesn't feel like that. It naturally flows. The story's good, and it's just. Now, honestly, if I had to put this in a death match with Red Dead Redemption 2 story, Red Dead Redemption 2 story would blow it out of the water all day, in my opinion.
This is a much simpler story, I would say.
Yes, I'd agree. And
that's not a detriment.
No, not at all.
I would say it just is. The story is it's not only we talked earlier about what it's about, but it's also Kratos is not prepared to be a single father. He's not prepared to take his wife's ashes like this. Atreus is not prepared to do this.
No, not at all.
So. And they don't want to have to deal with this,
And Atreus
this is a story about doing something that you do. What?
I said Atreus is a little bitch.
You don't. I like Atreus.
I grew to like him.
Yeah, look, we all have to do things that we don't want to do. Sometimes we all have to do things that we're not prepared to do. This game is very well. Does a very good job, portraying that.
Exactly. This game teaches you that if you have a goal, no matter what it is, you just got to keep pushing forward no matter what, what life gives you. Just keep pushing forward, keep battling, keep fighting to get to that goal. And when you get there, it'll be worth it.
I will get to Jotunheim.
Exactly. Whatever your goal is, just keep fighting, keep pushing forward. And that could be said with this new year too. Everybody has goals, everybody has New Year's resolutions.
I don't.
I mean, I don't either, but everybody has. So, whatever you want to do in life, just, and that's the cool thing, that everyone's like, video games are stupid. I'm like, no, video games.
Who says that? What are you talking about?
I have some.
I love people to say that, but
yeah,
not everyone.
Well, some people, they're like, what do you like to do? I'm like, I really enjoy video games. And they're like, that's stupid. I'm like, no, you're stupid. And let me tell you. I'm like, none, let me tell you why. Because there are games out there like God of War that is like you're playing a movie, and that's the experience. Yes, I know it's a video game. Yes, you put in commands, and the character on the screen does things. But it's more than that. You're experiencing a story that is so well written. And
I don't think it's more than that.
Really?
I don't think it needs to be more than that.
I think some video games turn into movies, and that's what God of War felt like. It felt like a movie.
I don't want it to turn into a movie. That sounds really bad to me.
I'm not saying that in like a bad way. I'm just saying.
I know, but I'm saying a lot of people want there to be a good video game movie. A lot of people want there to be a good anime movie, but I don't think there needs to be.
No. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm not saying a motion picture at all. I'm not saying God of War needs to be a movie. I'm saying that.
No, that's not what I'm talking about either. I know.
Okay.
I know what you're saying.
Thank you. Got it.
You're saying like it's movie quality, right? Like story wise and stuff.
Correct. And that sometimes playing the game, I forget that I'm playing a game, and the story, and the animation, and everything about that draws me in like a movie would be.
I almost feel like it draws you in more because you're doing the actions.
Yeah, and me and this guy, I work, like some of y'all know, I worked seasonal retail during the holidays. And me and this guy had like a 2-hour conversation the other day about video games and about God of War. And he was just like, and he said this, and I was like, finally, I haven't heard anybody say this in a while. He was talking about how he was trying to explain to his girlfriend how playing God of War was like a movie, and he was talking about it. He got very passionate and stuff, and we both were getting excited and like happy and just amped up about talking about video games. And it's just like, this is what it's about. It's about like getting super excited over a story and super excited over something you enjoyed, and just getting together with people and talking to people about it. And that's what God of War did. It's phenomenal, and I definitely see and understand why it won Game of the Year. And it's good to see that it wasn't pushed aside, or dead-eyed in the face by Red Dead, which would have been an also appropriate Game of the Year, in my opinion as well. But it's good to see that some people remembered that God of War did come out in 2018.
I mean, one thing God of War has over Red Dead, without a doubt, is the combat.
Oh, yeah. Man, its combat is so cool. So good. It is.
It's, man, how good does it feel when you realize you're going to get the Chains of Olympus?
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh.
Or the Blades of Athena, whatever they're called.
Yeah, the Blades of Chaos. And
Blades of Chaos.
Yeah, I call them whatever you want to call them. It doesn't. But yeah, I couldn't express how much, how we did a God of War episode. And in that episode, I couldn't. I guess both of us, it was kind of hard for us to express exactly how this game made us feel. But it's good to talk about it again here.
Fun.
Yeah, if you honestly had to sum it up in one word, God of War is fun. Like, it is a blast. Getting the Blades of Chaos, man, that was probably my favorite video game moment in 2018 for myself. It was definitely a worthwhile experience because I wasn't expecting it. I did not expect it, didn't think it was going to happen, but it was awesome. And then, like, I was having a blast up to that point, and then the game just became increasingly more fun. So,
yeah, I felt like this game definitely got better and better. I kept waiting for more bosses because you only fight a handful of bosses.
I know.
Even though this game's like twice as long as a lot of the other God of War games, you only fight like a few bosses really, and then I was like, wait, this is God of War 1.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna fight Thor and Zeus and whoever else, Hela or whatever her name is,
Farah.
In God of War 2, not Freya, the Hell God, whatever.
Oh
her name is.
yeah.
In God of War 2 and 3 or whatever,
That'd be awesome.
And that made me, I was like, oh my gosh. When I realized that there was going to be when I was thinking to myself, there's going to be more. That's what really excited me.
Yeah, it is. I'm super excited. And Santa Monica Studios proved that, that...
They're more than a one-trick pony?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And now it's one of those things where if it has Santa Monica Studios on the front, you best believe I'm going to be checking it out. I might not pre-order it, but I will definitely check it out, and they will 80% get my money. So they definitely know what they're doing. You want to...
Yes. Oh, yes. And also, the game is also beautiful. I don't think it looks as good as Red Dead, but it's also beautiful. There are a few... weird. There's one spot that looked weird to me. I talked about it, I think, on the God of War podcast. But yeah, overall the game is also gorgeous.
It really is.
Voice acting is fantastic. And do you want to talk about Atreus for a second? I know you said you didn't like him at first.
Yeah. So obviously, I love and respect Atreus now because he's become a better character. But at first, I was just like, I guess since like it's a realization of like how mature I've become over the years, because I just hated his attitude.
Well, he's a kid. A lot of people had a problem with his attitude, and some people were pointing out, and I was thinking the same thing. Like, but when he finds out he's a god,
exactly,
he's like, yeah, I'm a god. I'm better than this and that. It was annoying, yeah, but he's a kid who has this disease that and who he thinks he's weak, and his dad is so strong and his mother's dead. You tell a 12-year-old he's a literal god.
Yeah,
he's probably gonna be a little dick for at least a little while.
Yeah, when you put it like that, yeah, he's definitely not that much of a little bitch. But for a while, I was just like, I hate you so much, like. But I guess as Kratos learned to love him and like learned to help Atreus, I guess appreciate and understand who he really was. I came to that same realization of, he's not that bad. I used to be that
Mm-hmm.
snot-nosed a-hole of a kid sort of thing. So I get where he's coming from, and it's okay.
I'm just glad it didn't feel like a daggum escort mission the whole game.
Oh my gosh, yeah. He's actually helpful. Atreus is actually helpful in battle. It's really cool how it's actually like even this there's like dialogue in battle, like, which is great.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Where it's like to your left,
between
behind
the three.
you. It's like yes, like
I like, dude, the new character, the new best character of the year might be Mimir.
Oh, dude, Mir's like that little head. Like I like him a lot, and I it's funny because you watched the secret ending, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so
I did.
It was just funny to see that after all of that, Mimir is still with him. That he puts him on the table or on the floor, wherever he puts him. But after all that,
he is a head. You can't just throw him on the ground unless. I guess you could, but
yeah.
I don't know. I guess they kind of grew fond of him.
Yeah.
Oh crap!
But
That's
it's
something.
Yeah.
I love his voice actor. Does a great job too.
Yeah, most definitely. I liked Sindri and
Brock.
Thank you. How could I forget a Pokemon character's name?
I like when you die. Mimir's like, "Oh, this is great."
Yeah.
He's like, "Fantastic."
It's funny. I like how Mimir in battle's like, "On your left, behind you," and it's like
I think it's time for a tactical retreat.
Exactly.
Well, I'm in a boss battle, so there's nowhere I can go.
Exactly. It's like, no, this guy's gonna die. Like, after I killed one of the ogres, Mimir was like, "Well, he definitely deserved that," and it was like, I was like, "Mimir, you're hilarious."
I like it. There were actually I think there were several surprises in this game. like Freya is kind of the bad guy in at least some ways.
Oh yeah.
Like she turns. I don't know what he was like before. I don't know, but it seems like she turned her son into a sociopath.
I think she most definitely did turn her son into a sociopath. It's definitely her fault.
Like she took away the way he like his feeling.
I will say that okay, I'm gonna do a guesstimation right now that we're gonna get God of War 2.
Yes.
Play some. Obviously, we're gonna get God of War 2, but you're gonna have a couple scrapes with Freya. Not gonna actually get to battle her. Like you might be able to have some fisticuffs, but you're not gonna be able to like full on battle her where she has a health bar kind of a thing. You want to actually get to fight and or kill Freya until God of War 3.
I don't think you're gonna kill. I think you might have to. I think she's gonna turns a new leaf or something.
Or my other
because I think Zeus is gonna be the big bad guy.
Maybe
not Zeus. I'm sorry, Odin.
My other thought was Atreus. Sorry, not Atreus. My bad. That Freya.
You mean Loki.
Yes, he is Loki. No, well, two things. One, that Freya and Kratos are just gonna have like some spontaneous bounce chicka wow wow, some love.
Nah, I don't think they're gonna do that. That's too predictable.
And then, now here's the twist: that Loki is gonna turn evil, and Kratos is gonna have to almost kill his son, because Odin is gonna like trick Loki into.
He's gonna trick the trickster god.
Yes, he's gonna trick the trickster god to team up with Thor.
And he's not Loki. Let's get like this straight.
Yeah.
He is Loki. He is the character Loki, but his name is Atreus. His name is actually Atreus. His mom wanted to name him Loki, but he is Atreus.
So I feel maybe Atreus might turn bad in God of War 2.
No, I think he learned his lesson in this. I think he learned what it means. At least,
I mean, I would hope he learns what it means. I don't want to kill Atreus. I like him. But, if I have to, I'll chop him down.
Bad. I don't think they're gonna kill Atreus. I think that would make this one kind of
pointless.
I don't know. I think it would undermine this one. I do think you're gonna have a competition with Freya in the second one. And then I'm thinking maybe the big bad guy ends up being Thor in the second one, and then the third one you have to fight Odin or something. I don't know. I'm super looking forward to those.
Last thing about God of War. One last thought before we move on. I hope that when you fight Thor, that the finishing move is Kratos taking Thor's hammer and smashing his skull in with it like a fatality. That'd be awesome.
Well, this game was not nearly. I heard some people talking about how brutal this game is. It is not a tenth as brutal as the first. As the third one. I don't know what the first one. I can't remember.
Yeah, the third one was like.
It was too brutal.
It was like a crime scene every 30 seconds. It was
like ripping people's heads off, ripping people's fingernails out. Like, oh my gosh,
making people eat their feet.
I love that game.
Was.
Oh my gosh, it is. Oh, it's hard to watch sometimes. It's great. It's one of my favorite games. One of my favorite action, like a hack and slash. That's what it's called.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Games, probably of all time. But it is brutal.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely brutal.
It's definitely not for those of the faint of heart.
No, but moving on to our last game in this category. It's a game that the series has been a part of my life for probably decades at this point, but Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, a latecomer this year, came out just a few weeks ago, but it has captured my heart, and I think Jordan as well.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is beautiful. It's reignite. Oh, I can't talk. I'm all losing my. That was some real country stuff right there. This cat is asleep. It is.
She doesn't sleep at night, but now she's trying.
Yes.
I'm gonna get it.
Just let the cat sleep, man. It's okay. I mean, you can do that later on your own time, not during the podcast. But Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has ignited my fire again for fighting games. And I'll talk about fighting games a little bit later in the episode. But this game is awesome, except for how terrible the online system is.
Oh yeah, but that's not even the game. I mean, it is.
It's not the. As far as gameplay goes, it's awesome. I love Incineroar. He's super fun to play. I'm done with World of Light. That was stupid. Wish it wasn't in the game. Takes too much time. It's not fun. This is definitely fun with friends. Like I said, I wish the online was better. It honestly might be Wi-Fi on my end. It might not be.
It's not. It's not.
Okay.
It's
I
the
know.
game. People have been complaining a lot.
I will say that I wish it was easy to create a room that lets an online friend play with another online friend that has a local player all in the same
we
room.
tried to do that recently, and that was a pain in the butt. I don't think we ever did figure out how to do it.
We didn't, and I've asked Twitter and I've asked Reddit, and no one knows how.
It seems like it'd be so simple. I don't know.
I do not. I think me and the Reddit, I'm pretty sure, have come to the conclusion that it is not possible. But if you do know how to do that, again, to make it where two online people can play together in the same room with one of those people having one or more local players in the same room where they can all play together, or it can be like a 1v1 and one player spectate, or some people spectate, one of those things. Let us know. Please add us on Twitter and let us know, because I'm sure other people would like to know as well. We'll pass that information online, or pass it around, because I'd love to be able to play with Ryan and Jake and some of our other friends.
Time?
Yeah, at the same time.
Yeah, this game is so good. It's so pretty. Nintendo continuing to show that they can make a beautiful game on hardware that is not nearly as powerful as what others offer. It just doesn't matter. It feels incredible. Thank God the tripping's still gone.
Yeah, that was definitely a weird mechanic.
They feel like the game, the characters feel there doesn't seem to be a Bayonetta or a Meta Knight that just breaks the game. I mean, it's only been out for a few weeks, so we may find out, something that we don't know yet, or Nintendo might release a patch that, makes Mario, quadruple S tier or something. But
I mean, they did release all those changes to the characters,
and they
but
didn't tell what it was. Yeah.
And they still haven't told us what it is.
It's fine. They're not going to tell us. People have already figured out what they were.
I know. So.
But it feels so good. It really does, and it's just it really has become like a tribute to video games. You have Snake and Cloud and Mario and Ike and Pokemon and King K. Rool, goofy looking cocaine crocodile,
and Pikmin, and literally the fact that all these people,
Ryu, Ken,
yeah, the fact that all these people could agree to being like, yes, you can use my character in your game. Yes, you can use the sounds and the music and the effects in this game. The fact that they said that is amazing, because I kind of compare this to the fact of, like, think about Kingdom Hearts and how when Kingdom Hearts came out, yeah, it was great and awesome, but if they tried to make Kingdom Hearts 1 nowadays, it probably wouldn't go through because of all the licensing fights people are having. Like, that's my character. I created this, blah, blah, that and that. But Smash is just a love letter to the fans, to people that love video games, to video game history, to just everything, and how they're all able to work together. I mean, hell, we're even getting a Persona character, which is mind-blowing.
That's so crazy.
And amazing. Like, that blew people's minds. And it's just like, we didn't expect that.
No. If you say you expected that, stop lying.
Exactly. I'm like, you're definitely lying.
I mean, they got Konami to play ball.
Exactly. Even comparing this to a game that's not out, Jump Force. Smash is one of those things that I'm not saying it birthed fighting games, but it definitely...
No, definitely not.
It definitely has given people sparks to ignite their fires.
It's one of the most popular fighting games.
Exactly. And, it's cool that we can have a game like Smash, and then next year we're going to have a game like Jump Force. Is it going to be any good?
I have no idea.
Honestly, no clue. Is it going to be anywhere near close to Smash? Probably not. But it's cool that we can have these fighting games where we can be like, okay, let's finally figure it out who's better, Ike or Mewtwo. Okay, I really like Donkey Kong. Let's see who's going to win in a fight, Donkey Kong or Samus. Where you can have those battles of the fandoms sort of thing, where it's like, what character's better? I love being able to just decide things by a Smash battle. Be like, okay,
that's fun.
let's do where are we gonna eat tonight? I don't know. Well, let's have a smash battle. Whoever wins gets to decide, kind of a thing.
I like the other day I was playing a board game with some friends, and I had my Switch on in the background. I just decided to play some music from a bunch of different games. It's so cool. It has I don't know how many songs, a lot from multiple different games or franchises from across decades of video games.
Yes, it's really just, I feel that people are going to look back and look at Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and look at it as a piece of gaming history. Because
it's definitely in a way like that. Because it has so many different, icons from different games, not just characters, but like stages and music and items.
Exactly. I saw something on Reddit, and the internet does have beautiful things on it. And this is one of the things that I saw. So it was a guy, and the title of the post was "Shortest Flight Ever," and it was a picture, and it was him and the person next to him that they both had a Switch, and they played Smash the whole entire flight together. And I'm like, that's amazing. One, that's possible, that you can have Super Smash Bros. Portable, and it works. And it's just a ball. And the second thing people were like is, okay, guys, who's going to make the website that lets us cross-reference people that own Smash and a Switch and who's flying so that you can sit next to each other on the plane? And someone was like, that's actually a really good idea. Can we actually make this a website? So I really actually hope that becomes a website, because I would definitely start flying more, because that sounds super fun and a great way to meet new people.
The other day, I was playing Pokemon at my local hobby shop, and one of our mutual friends, James, we were both there, and there weren't a whole lot of people there. We had played a bunch of Pokemon. I had my Switch with me though, and we played some Smash. I didn't bring my controller, so we had to play with the Joy-Cons. But it was still fun and goofy, and I don't know. I had a really good time. It's just, I don't know. It's just such a joyous game.
I am curious. Who did he play with?
He played with a few different people. We played a few different games.
Okay. I was just curious as to what he would gravitate to.
A lot of these games on this list, Red Dead 2 is sad. Even Spider-Man has a lot of sadness in it. God of War, same thing. Celeste is very melancholy. We Happy Few I know it has a bunch of sad stuff. This is just a joyous game.
It really is. It is. It's so much fun. The music is awesome. I wish there was a way I could put my Switch into like sleep mode and then create a playlist on Smash to play the video game music that I choose. But
I mean, you can create a playlist.
Oh, I didn't know that. I haven't dived too deep into that. Okay. I'm gonna check that out, because I love music, and I definitely love video game music. So this definitely seems like a wonderful way to listen to it and enjoy.
Yeah, yep. And I can't wait for the for other fighters to be announced, and because if they continue being as good as they are, I will buy them. I'm going to buy Joke. Are you kidding me?
I need to buy that, and I also need to go buy a controller. Even though I really do enjoy playing with two Joy-Cons, I've gotten really used to it. But
you don't have? I thought you had that Mario controller.
Yeah, that thing's really whack, and I might run it over with a car.
You don't like it?
No. Just
There's several different controllers that you can get.
Yeah. I might honestly just end up buying a Pro controller, because it seems like the most logical option to me.
It probably is. I have a GameCube controller and a Pro controller, but the Pro controller works with more things. I mean, the GameCube controller does work, but I feel like the Pro controller works better with more games.
Yeah, and I'd feel that, just hawking out $70 or $60, however much it is, I'd rather have a more universal. I'd rather have a more universal.
Too much money. $80. What are you doing, Nintendo? What are you doing? $80 for a controller?
I mean, yeah, it's pricey. So,
but yeah, fantastic game. Truly deserves to be on this list. But let's go ahead and move on to. We got a couple more categories here. The first up on our list here is our honorable mentions. Games that might not have quite made the list for whatever reason. But since you've been starting first, let's go ahead and keep that trend going.
Okay.
Especially since I'm very interested in this first game you have here.
My Hero One Justice. A game that I pre-ordered. I love the
That's
anime.
not Game of the Year?
No. So, those of you that know me, in and out of the podcast, I love anime. I really do. I gravitate towards anime-styled games, whether that be mobile, which I don't really play. But anyway, you know I enjoy anime, and I really enjoy My Hero One Justice. Even though my favorite girl wasn't in this game, I had to pick it up, had to try it, because it looks really cool. I made the mistake of pre-ordering it so I could get Endeavor. Yeah, he's fun. But this game should have never been a fighting game. It should have been a light novel or I don't know, a chess game, it shouldn't have been a fighting game because it is trash. Like, comparing it
This
to
is
Smash,
on your honorable mentions and you call it trash?
yes. Like,
Are you sure this shouldn't be on your disappointment section?
no, because I like it. It's just not good.
I think that's the definition of disappointment.
It's an honorable mention for those of you that enjoy My Hero Academia and want a Switch game that is kind of fun to play, and if you already have Smash. If you don't have Smash, buy Smash over this all day long. But I bought this, and I'm
Tell
like,
these
okay,
people to buy My Hero One's Justice.
I'm not going to tell anybody to buy My Hero One Justice. If you want a copy of it, I'll send you mine for free. But I played it, I think, 3 times. And like I said,
Three times.
Yeah,
My gosh. I think I took my honorable list more serious than you.
No, like, the rest of them are pretty serious.
I think you just wanted this to be so good so badly.
I did. I wanted this to be so good so badly. Like, Mina isn't in there. She's my favorite girl in the whole
Which
series.
one is that? Is that the
Mina,
pink-haired girl? The pink
The
girl?
pink girl that shoots out acid? Yeah, I love her.
She's not in there. I think she's really popular. I don't know.
Yeah. You know, they got Creati in there, which is kind of cool, but
Who?
just Creati, the girl that has to eat a bunch of food and creates things out of her body.
I don't think is that her name?
Well, no, I don't know her real name. I know her superhero name, Creati.
That's a horrible name.
Yeah, it is. So, yes, as an anime fan, this game is fun. As a fighting game nooblet, this game is not enjoyable. You can get stuck in the floor, you can get stuck in the ceiling, you can get stuck in the wall. It's really weird because you literally get stuck. Like, half your body goes into those places. And then people can just come beat up your lower half, which is kind of weird to watch. But it's mechanically, this game is very wonky. It feels like you're trying to play with broken hands, even though your hands work perfectly fine.
There's 2 masterclass fighters on the Switch.
Yeah, that's true.
And then next year we're gonna get oh my gosh, Jump Force.
Yeah,
which is absolutely murdered My Hero One's Justice because it's getting My Hero Academia characters now.
Yeah, it's getting Deku, which is like this game, My Hero One Justice, Bandai Namco.
It was already DOA.
It was dead on arrival, most definitely. Like,
what was kind of bad, like it feels kind of like they were trying to. Bandai Namco is an amazing fighting game.
Yeah, they are
makers. They also just make good games in general, which a lot of people don't realize.
Which is why I thought this game was going to be awesome.
But they're also making Jump Force.
Yeah.
So that might have been like, hey, let's get this out real quick. We'll make the actual anime game in a few months.
I did never connect those dots either until, like...
Also, it doesn't look very good. Like, graphically, I didn't think it looked very good.
No, it doesn't. I'm pretty sure it's, like, standard runs at 480p, even though they say it's 720p, you know, because the Switch can't do 1080p. But anyway, I'm sure it looks better on PlayStation. But...
I didn't know it was on PlayStation, but I'm sure it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead.
This game...
Yeah. Let's go ahead and talk about the other fighting game that is actually on both of our honorable mention lists. Dragon Ball Fighters or Fighter Z. Oh my gosh, this game is so fun.
Beautiful, fun combat, feels good. When you lose, it doesn't feel like you got completely kicked in.
No, but the only problem with it is my internet is so bad that I can barely play it. But when I do play it, it feels good and it feels like I have a chance to win.
And it's really fun because, like, it looks so good. It's what My Hero One Justice should have been. But, you know, I'm not going to rant about that. Because
it looks like an anime, too. It looks, you know, better than the old Dragon Ball Z anime.
And with all the stuff that's going on, frames don't drop. You don't miss combos. You don't lag. Again, I do wish the Wi-Fi was the Wi-Fi. I wish the online capabilities were strong.
I'm fairly certain that's our fault because I've heard
Probably.
no one else talk about it. I think our internet is just bad.
That
Unlike
also
Smash,
might be
which I've heard everyone say is bad.
good comparison. But yeah, I love Dragon Ball FighterZ. It's amazing. If you like the anime, if you watch the anime at all, check it out. It's on Switch. It's on.
It's so pretty.
Xbox,
oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
On, PS4. I've honestly thought about buying this game on the Switch just so that me and my friends could play it when we're out and about and stuff because it's that fun.
Like, and I never thought that this would be, I've always been interested in fighting games, but between DBZ Fighters and Super Smash Bros. And even some Street Fighter, I've really started to enjoy fighters this year. I'm still horrible at them.
Me too.
But, I don't know. Maybe I could, I've gotten so tired of Overwatch, and just that kind of game in general that maybe I should move on to a fighter, where it's me. If I screw up, it's my fault. It's not some idiot Reinhardt that's trying to, I don't know, just walks off the map on purpose.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that should, I don't know. I watched EVO this year and it was so much fun watching that. I can't wait to watch. And thank God we got good news that DBZ Fighters will continue to be supported. I can't wait to watch, DBZ Fighters, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Street Fighter V Arcade. I'm actually hyped about EVO.
I hope, this might not happen, but I hope that Jump Force gets a spot at EVO.
That would be cool if they actually try to make it, have a competitive side.
Even if it's only like 20 people. That'd be awesome. I'm definitely going to get Jump Force for PS4. I told you guys I got in the beta, which was awesome. Jump Force, in my opinion, is going to be the best weeaboo fighting, problem-solving game. Where it's going to be like, okay, I'm tired of you talking smack about One Piece. Let's get in there. Who's better, Sasuke or Luffy? Who is going to win? Like, what anime is the best for all? Obviously, any wins, any W's or losses in that game does not mean the anime is actually better than the other. Because
it does.
Personal opinion.
That's exactly what that means.
I mean, it really does.
Every time Shonen Jump receives, every time they receive info that One Piece has beaten Naruto, they delete an episode of Naruto and vice versa.
No, Boruto gets another episode of filler. That's how it works.
Oh man, that'd be worse. Each anime gets another filler for every loss.
Imagine if that's how they actually made choices. But yeah, I'm excited for Jump Force. DBZ Fighters is amazing though. It really is. And I very rarely want to buy a game again after I've bought it. But I bought it for PS4, and I've honestly really been thinking about buying it for Switch. And I don't need to. There's no reason for me to at all, other than the fact of it's much easier to put a Switch in a bag than it is a PlayStation 4 in a monitor.
You ain't lying. So. Also, you can't really play PlayStation 4 in your car.
I could, but it would be a lot of work. I'd have to hire a driver and get a Wi-Fi hotspot, and then get a TV to connect, and then then I'm out thousands of dollars. I can at least pull my Switch out and play at a red light. Exactly. I don't do that, by the way.
Put your feet up. Lean your head back.
That's
just
right.
Push the gas. This next game on your list, though, is actually pretty interesting. You got Starlink, Battle for Star Fox.
That's right. Starlink, Battle for Star Fox. Honestly, if you have a Switch, get Starlink, Battle for Atlas. Only for the Star Fox stuff, which some people say is mediocre.
I've heard a lot of people say that this is kind of the Star Fox game that they wanted for years.
That is correct. I would say yes. I'm not a huge Star Fox fan. Yes, it's cool to see animals fly around in spaceships in space. It's awesome. Sure. I will say this game, it's definitely on the decline, in my opinion, because all the stuff is on sale now. Like, mega super sale. Like,
really?
The guns.
Interesting.
Yeah, the guns and stuff have gone from like $12 to $5. The ships have gone from like $20 to like around $12, $15. They've dropped in price considerably. Even the digital stuff. So, which I didn't know was a thing because they don't really advertise it because I guess they want you to buy the merchandise they produced. So, the stuff you can buy physically you can buy the exact same stuff digitally, which I think is just $1 more. So it doesn't really matter based on, if you have an extra dollar, buy the digital version of the thing so you don't have tons of stuff taking up space in your house. But if you want to buy the physical stuff, you can too. But I haven't got to the point of the game where you don't really need different weapons and that's really all it is. Different avatars or different characters which have different stories, ships that have different abilities, and guns that again have different abilities. Some, like, the ones I have on the Star Fox ship, one's like a plasma blaster and the other one's a flamethrower. So the flames are effective on different people, and you can combine the weapons. So you can do, like, if you have an ice gun and a fire gun, you can cross them together, cross streams like they said not to do in Ghostbusters. And it creates like a flame ice tornado thing, kind of like Todoroki on My Hero. So it's kind of cool the way. And honestly, if you have kids, I'd say pick this up. It's a great game because the controller, you slide the 2 Joy-Cons in, and you mount the ship on to the controller, and you mount the pilot in there as well. So you're holding the Joy-Cons on a controller with the ship on there, and you're looking at the Switch, and it has tilt control and different stuff like that, and it feels really good. It feels really good. It's fun. And also, the game scans in everything, all your physical stuff from the controller into the game. So you don't have to worry about, if you're going to somebody's house, you don't have to worry about, let me take my ships, let me take my pilots, let me take my guns, like with another game like Skylanders or Disney Infinity or whatever you want to call it. You don't have to you don't have to worry about lugging a separate bag just for all the stuff. The game scans it in digitally. But I've only played maybe 2 hours of it, and it's only about a 10-hour story, and they just added a bunch of new free stuff for a Christmas update. They're like, Merry Christmas, thank you guys for playing, we appreciate it. And they added like new side missions and a new enemy and something else, some other stuff. I like skimmed over the email. I'm like, that's cool, free update, great, thanks. But I might pick up a couple of those guns and stuff. Maybe once I get to like the 5-hour mark or the 8-hour mark in the game, I'll pick up another ship and maybe some more guns and stuff. But it's definitely a really fun experience. You fly around a planet, you got to build up the ship, and then you start kind of exploring a solar system to battle different aliens and save the universe, sort of a thing. But it seems like a quick play.
Hey, sorry, my cat was tearing at my...
Oh, it's cool. It seems like a quick play for about 10 hours. But that's what I think about Starlink Battle of Atlas. That was kind of rambly, but it's an interesting game.
Is it? I was looking at pictures on the website. Is it as pretty as it looks, or is that just on the PS4 or something?
I'd say yes. It does look much better on the PS4, because obviously the Switch can only push out so much graphics after a while. But the Star Fox,
and Nintendo didn't make this, so
correct.
Yeah, I feel like that they keep some secrets close to the chest, so they can make their games look prettier than anybody else's on their system. But
I would agree.
Although I think they do have a really close relationship with Ubisoft because of this. And last year they made that Mario plus Rabbids thing that was really pretty.
But I will say it looks cool to have the Star Fox ship there, and I almost said McClyde, but that's not his name.
McCloud.
Yeah. But yeah, it's cool. I like the game. It does look better on PS4, but I bought it on Switch because of the Star Fox. Because you can't.
I feel like that's the reason you would want this. Honestly, is the Star Fox.
Oh yeah, 100%. And it's really fun to play because I can take guns from other. Same thing with. So the whole ship is modular, by the way. So I can change wings. So I can have one wing from one ship and another wing from another ship. One gun from a different. That shoots dark energy, and one gun that shoots, just rockets. So you can have a very customizable experience in this game. So I'd say the replayability is high, and the combat's pretty easy. It's point and shoot, but you're in a spaceship. So, and it looks really fun. But I enjoy it in tablet mode's really fun, and also it's just as amazing on a TV. So I'd say wait maybe a couple more weeks. Maybe the prices will go down a little bit more. But I thought they were just holiday prices, but they definitely dropped, and they seem pretty steady because I checked on Target and Walmart and GameStop and the digital store. So wherever you could buy Starlink Battle for Atlas stuff, it should be on sale. Just don't check eBay because all their stuff is scalpable prices, which is really stupid. But yeah.
The next we got we actually both had this on our list. We got Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Now I don't know about you. I said that a lot this episode. This is the first Call of Duty I've played in years.
This is the first Call of Duty I've probably played since the first. No, sorry. I almost lied to y'all. I didn't mean to. It's the first Call of Duty I've played since Advanced Wars when I had an Xbox One. So, I played Call of Duty 1, I played Call of Duty Advanced Wars, and then I played Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Well, that's a big jump.
And that's it. Those are all the Call of Duties I've
played. Call of Duty 1 or Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1?
Call of Duty 1.
What? When did it come out? Hold on.
I don't know. I played it on... So, the school I went to, they gave us MacBooks, and no, I like computers and video games, so I figured out how to put Call of Duty on my MacBook, and then I just played Call of Duty. So, that was... Yeah, it was fun.
Just a second. Give me a second.
When did that game come out? Check it out. But I like Call of Duty Black Ops. I got it for PS4. I honestly wish I would have bought it for PC. I really, really do. Because FPSs with a controller, in my opinion, just aren't as fun as the old keyboard and mouse.
Looks like 2003.
Okay, yeah. Sounds about right. But yeah, I played it on my senior year of high school on the MacBook they gave us. So that's when I played that one. And then I didn't play... And then I played Advanced Warfare when I was in college. And then I got Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Yeah, I think this game feels really nice. Especially now that I can play it. My old PC could not handle it at all. This one is much, much better.
Yes, welcome to the PC Master Race. I'm glad you're among us finally. Took you long enough. But you're here now.
I got one foot in both camps. But it feels really nice. It's interesting because unlike past Call of Duties, you can heal yourself. You don't just get behind cover. It's almost MOBA-esque in ways. You have like abilities and ultimates. The Battle Royale mode feels nice. I wish I had somebody to play with, but it's still fun to play by myself. It's faster than much faster than Fortnite. That's what I don't like about Fortnite is it's so slow. I don't care about the building, and it runs much better than PUBG that ran like it was in molasses. I don't know. I really like the game. It's not my favorite game of the year, which is why it's in honorable mentions. But I had a lot of fun, and I plan on going back to it. Which I can't say that's the big thing is I don't like Call of Duty, and I like this game.
Me neither. It's definitely more fun with friends. I have a friend that strictly just plays on, PS4, which I play Call of Duty on, and that's like where my thing comes in. Like I feel real bad for my console friends because I'm a diehard lover of PC gaming, man. Like if I can play it on PC, I will. I'm usually in PC land on Discord and just hanging out, chilling, and I feel bad for my PS4 people.
Well, you bought it for PS4.
I did, and that's why I got it. But like now, I'm just like, I'm kind of at that like hiatus of games too, like where like I'm not really playing anything. Like I'm picking up Smash here and there, but it's not like I'm not invested into a story. So I'm gonna put Call of Duty Black Ops back in my rotation and start playing it again because I think they just added. I know they did for PS4. I don't know if they did for PC, but they just added where you can create your own blackouts, which is kind of cool for your friends. So
interesting.
That seems pretty interesting. I honestly like if Ryan wanted me to, I probably would pick it up for PC so we could play it together because that seems like it'd be fun too. But I don't know, maybe not.
We shall see.
We shall see.
I know I think they have an offer right now that has Blackout and Zombies on PC for like $30. If anybody wants to check that out, or if Jordan wants to check that out, very fun game.
Check it out right now.
But you have Spider-Man on your honorable mentions, not on your Game of the Year.
I do, because I wanted the DLC to be better than it was.
Oh, you're holding the DLC against the main game?
No. I'm just saying that I want more I beat the story.
Uh-huh.
I don't have a desire to go back to the story and play it again. Even
Right.
though there's New Game Plus. That's great. That's all awesome. But I beat the story. So, and I'm not worried about platinuming it. And
Do you still have that game?
Yeah, I still have it. And I'm not really worried about platinuming it, and I don't really want to do some of the side missions. And I'm not really interested in some of the DLC.
No, but I mean, I never get DLC. Very rarely do I get DLC. I kind of want to platinum this game, but yeah, I don't really care about the DLC. I've got other games I want to play.
But Spider-Man's on my honorable mention because I played it, and I honestly don't think I'll ever go back to it.
No, but I mean, I never go back to games. I never go back to games. I beat a game and I move on.
That's me. Unless it's like a multiplayer game or something like that, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Or they've released new content. But, I thought the new content was going to get me to come back. I was excited for the Black Cat.
So you're just disappointed by the DLC? Is that what? So what exactly is this in your honorable mentions? What did you say?
It's in my honorable mentions because I was hoping that it would have more replayability than it did.
Okay.
And the story, I beat the story, and yes, there's New Game Plus, but in my opinion, it doesn't. The game, it's good, but for me, it's not good enough to play again.
Okay, interesting. Okay,
so.
That's fair enough. I mean, I loved it, obviously, but okay. I mean, I can understand what you're saying. We got a couple more here. That's it for your list. I've got a couple more that are different. I got Sea of Thieves.
Man,
which
that was
is
fun playing it with you guys.
Yeah, I'm thinking about picking it up again, maybe.
Hey, if you do, I will. I will most definitely, man.
Yeah, I kind of want to see if you and Jake or since maybe somebody else or something would want to get together. Sea of Thieves is funny because it's in my honorable mentions. It's also if you look down, it's in my disappointment as well.
I saw that.
Partially because it just wasn't it wasn't. It's kind of empty, and you don't want to play it by yourself. But if what I've looked up is correct, they've added a lot to that game. That game is just fun. With friends, it's just fun. It's kind of like Super Smash Bros., except you can play that game by yourself and it's not boring. It's fun. It's dumb and goofy. You can, I've been watching Summit1G. He's a Twitch streamer. He's been playing a lot of Sea of Thieves lately. And he's been going around and being like a pirate to other pirates, basically. Well, instead of going to the missions himself, he's like chasing people down and stealing their stuff, which is, I don't know. You might get kind of mad at it, but it's kind of cool. It's cool that you can do that, I don't know. The game and the water is the best. It's just the best looking water in video games. It just is.
Really?
Oh,
you're comparing this to Assassin's Creed Odyssey water.
Yeah,
to
looks better than that.
Subnautica water.
Oh yeah, it's the best looking water in video games.
Okay.
Ever. It's gorgeous. I think the game is very pretty. Water? Period. But the water, I think the water is absolutely spectacular. I think it's the best looking water of all time. Like I said,
this is one of those multiplayer games that if my friends jumped into this, I'd jump in a heartbeat. Like I've said multiple times, I adored playing Sea of Thieves. It was silly, but also serious and adventurous. And we've covered some of the stuff they updated in the game. Like, I can't even name some of the stuff they updated. I want to say flaming skeletons, but that might be a wholehearted lie.
No, there's a bunch of like volcanic stuff that they added, I think.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
I think it might be on sale right now. I'm gonna check that out. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, check that out because I definitely. Oh, and for those of you that were curious, and you're still listening to this, thank you. Black Ops 4 is on sale, published by Activision on the Blizzard launcher, so the Battle.net launcher. So you can get the deluxe edition for $109.19. You can get the digital. You can get the digital deluxe edition, enhanced edition for $109. You can get the digital deluxe edition for $84.99. You can get the standard edition for $38.99, or you can get Battle Royale and multiplayer only. Zombies are not included.
Okay, zombies isn't. That's not. Okay, I got you. That's what's not included, and you can always upgrade that, I believe.
Yes, maybe, and you can get that for $30.
Okay.
So all those are pretty awesome price cuts, and this is lasting until January 6th. So
the next few days, 5 days.
yes. Yeah. So by the time you hear this, it'll be the 2nd. If you're a Patreon, you'll hear it today, which is the 1st. So you have till the 6th, which is a Sunday. If you want Call of Duty on PC, check it out. But back to what you were saying.
Sea of Thieves is $30 for the next 2 days.
Okay,
I thought about like getting it for Jake or something for Christmas. I don't know. Well, we'll talk about that later. Yeah, I really enjoy this game. I think it's gorgeous. It's very Rare. I think it is made by Rare. I know a lot of people got mad at it, but I think a lot of that is just because it's not that what was there was bad. It's just that they didn't have enough there.
What do you think about the new game that recently came out that's getting a lot of flack, Atlas?
I have seen almost nothing about it. I know it's a pirate game, right? Hold on.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like Atlas. It's kind of like Atlas. It's like Sea of Thieves, but apparently it's like at the same state Sea of Thieves was when it first came out, and people are hating on it.
I just looked up Atlas God.
So yeah, just look up Atlas video game. It should pop up.
It's got a 2.5 on Steam.
Yeah, it's people are curb stomping it on Steam right now.
Watch this YouTube video.
Okay, check it out.
I'm getting a ad, so I'm already mad. Take all ads off.
That's right. What's the ad for?
I don't know. Some kind of booking website.
Oh, okay. It's not. I feel like we've been getting more Wix ads on YouTube since we changed over to Squarespace. I'm like, look, I use Squarespace and I'm very happy. Stop bothering me, Wix. You didn't do what I wanted.
Kind of like a PS3 game.
Exactly, and that's one of the things people are mad about. But yeah,
which I'm not a graphics whore by any means, but I've also heard it has like a bunch of problems.
Yeah, so, but I was just wondering if you'd. I compared those games back and forth a little bit. Yeah, so.
Okay. All right.
But good to know that Sea of Thieves is on sale for $30. I honestly might pick that up after the show.
Yeah, me too. I got some Christmas money.
Yep.
But the last game I have on this honorable mentions list is The Messenger. This is a Ninja Gaiden-esque throwback game. Absolutely gorgeous artwork. The mechanic where you can jump back between time and it goes between, oh my gosh, I think it's 8 and 16-bit. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I apologize.
That sounds fun.
I grew up a little bit later, so I never can remember the difference. It might be 32 and 16. I'm not sure. Either way, the game is gorgeous. Very fun, very difficult, very challenging bosses. The only reason I really didn't put this in my game of the year, on my real top tier game of the years, is because I'm lost, and I know that's on me, but I feel like the game could be a little more straightforward. I like difficulty. Bloodborne is one of my favorite games of all time. I've played all the Dark Souls, and I'm playing this, and it's an incredible game. It's just not quite there, not quite at the top. But if you like hard, difficult games, and if you grew up in this era, you like Ninja Gaiden and stuff, highly recommend. It's funny, charming, beautiful. I don't know. It's just a great game. Not a lot to say besides that, honestly. I haven't beaten it yet. I'm still planning on beating it. And maybe the fact that I've gotten a little frustrated kind of affected it, to where now it's just on the honorable mentions list. But, I mean, I'm not taking away anything from it. It's an amazing game.
Okay.
Finally, we have our disappointments. Since I already talked about Sea of Thieves, why don't you go ahead and talk about... You only have one on your list, so go ahead.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And I know people are probably throwing their phones, yelling, unsubscribing, writing me hate mail on Twitter. You're more than welcome to do all that, except unsubscribe. You can write hate mail to me all you want on Twitter. But the reason I hate this game is because I put 21 hours into it.
Hate it?
I am... So I've put 21 hours into this game. I'm 39% through the main story progression. And I just don't enjoy it. I'm just not. I stopped playing it. That's how I was able to beat The Last of Us and God of War, because I stopped playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I don't think I'm going to go back to it. It's not a story that grabbed me. It wasn't interesting to me. It was to a point. But after a while, it just opened up and they were like, okay, here's all this stuff. And I was like, I don't care about any of this. I just want to play the game. And I feel that I had to be invested in the story, and I just didn't. I don't know. I fell out of it. I guess I just, not that I got overwhelmed by the details of the story. It's just that it stopped. It felt like it stopped being a well-written story and just became a history lesson. And I'm just like, just tell me simply about what happens with Cassandra and how this came to be, kind of a thing. And it's just, I don't know why. And I can't really, I've been thinking about this a lot because, people have been praising Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I've seen things on it, and they've came out with a lot of cool stuff. And I can't really pinpoint why it's a disappointment to me, other than the fact of, if you put 21 hours in a game and you're almost 40% through the main story progression and you're not having fun, you probably don't like the game. And that's the only...
Yeah, I probably would have quit before you did. I kept telling Jordan, he's like, I'm 15 hours in. I'm like, I don't think you like the game, man.
Yeah, and that's the... I'm like stuttering because I understand that's a good game. I respect they put a lot of work into it. The history is awesome for people that like history. And I think that's what turned me off of it, is just that I wanted it to be awesome. I wanted to explore Greece. I love Cassandra. Her voice actress is phenomenal. She does
Man, there was so much good
job.
voice acting this year. There really was.
There was. She does a beautiful job. I love it. But I just can't see myself diving back into that world just because I got bored with it.
Are you still playing it on that Google thing, or did you actually get it for actually buy it?
No, my friend.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got it for okay. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. So I mean, I understand. I didn't obviously. If you've been listening to us for much time at all, you'll know that I don't like The Last of Us. I understand that it's a great story, but I just can't get into it. I don't know. And I'm probably going to give that a second chance, but trust me, I understand not liking a popular game.
Yeah. And I love The Last of Us. I beat it in 2 days.
Yeah, I just didn't think it felt very good to play.
I loved it to death. But, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. That is fine. What else do you have on your disappointment?
Okay, I have one more game on my disappointment list, and that is Monster Hunter World. This game it's gorgeous. This game's gorgeous, and I wanted to like it because I wanted to play with friends.
Same.
I think the combat is atrocious. I mean, I think the combat is horrible. If it takes you 4 to 5 seconds to swing a damn axe, I don't like. It feels so bad. I mean, like I said earlier, Bloodborne is one of my favorite games of all time. Top 10, probably top 5. The combat in that is perfect. This is. I just thought it was so bad. It was a pain in the butt to try to. Before I had other people that were playing, I was trying to play by myself, kind of get used to it, get a feel for it, and every time I went to play by myself, it's like, hey, you want to try to play somebody else? You want to try to play somebody else? Hey, look, you want to play somebody else? Hey, you want to play? Hey, you want to play with somebody else? Hey, you want to play? You should probably play with somebody else. I really did not. I actively disliked this game. It felt like you were running with a bottle up your ass. I really, really, really strongly disliked this game. Which sucks because so many people liked it.
Yes. For me, so...
Did you play this game?
No, I didn't. I've played a couple of the Monster Hunter games. The most recent one I've played was Monster Hunter... what was it? 3 or 4 for the 3DS. And me and my friend could never get it to link up to try to play. This is back when I was in the dark ages and didn't have a console or only had a 3DS sort of a thing. But we could never get it to link up and play, and schedules couldn't match up, yada yada, etc. But that game, I ended up selling it just because I didn't like the formula of Monster Hunter. Grind, get some gear, grind, get some gear. It has changed a lot. And, I always see my friends playing Monster Hunter World, and I'm like, man, that looks fun. I want to play with them. Like, that looks really fun. It would be great to take on a huge, big boss with them and stuff. But I'm
I
kind
still
of
feel kind of weird to just kill these monsters. But I mean, no, that's kind of a small complaint because they're not villains.
Okay.
They're just killing them for food and stuff.
Huh. Okay. Okay. I never thought of anyone saying that. But also, I'm not in like the Monster Hunter community per se. But I know some people love it to death.
Yeah, it's a beautiful game. That's one thing I cannot hold against it. It is an absolutely beautiful game.
I just don't like how.
I don't like mechanics. That's pretty much it.
I think I'm just past the point in my life where I don't want to take time for grindy games, and two, I just don't. I don't want to do that anymore. I know I just said the same thing twice, but I don't. I do not have time.
You played Ni no Kuni 2, kid.
I know. I played Ni no Kuni 2.
I mean, this is going to take a way more time of your life than Ni no Kuni 2. This could take possibly hundreds or even thousands of hours.
Exactly.
It's a gorgeous game though. I'm glad Capcom is back. They seem to be doing so well. The only miss that they've had recently is Marvel versus that Ultimate Alliance. Not Ultimate Alliance. I'm sorry. The newest Marvel versus Capcom.
Capcom. Yeah,
and I think I've heard from some people that are saying that that's not a bad game. It's just kind of ugly. So congratulations to Capcom. I believe that this is their best-selling game of all time. Unfortunately, I think personally, I think the combat is bad, and it's kind of a pain in the butt to play by yourself. But if you like it, I mean, no hard feelings. But we do each have a few games that we have not played yet, though. I've had Assassin's Creed for several weeks now, but I was busy playing God of War, Red Dead, etc. I will play that. I just purchased Dead Cells recently. That game looks amazing. I can't wait to play it. I also have Octopath Traveler, which I started, but I've only put like an hour or two in it, so I'm going to save it to play that. And then finally, I have Into the Breach, which is a very interesting looking like strategical game that I want to try out. I recommend that y'all check all these out. Two of them, Into the Breach and Dead Cells, are also fairly cheap, like $30 or less for both of those. But I know Jordan also has a couple of these.
Yeah, I just while you were talking about that, I got Into the Breach confused with Into the Deep or Into the Deep Sea, whichever game that was. I need to play that, which is on my PS4. But Into the Deep or Into the Sea, whatever it's called, that game that came out last year, it doesn't matter.
I have no idea.
I'll text you the name of it, and I'll tweet out what the name is because I can't remember right now. It's like Into the Deep Sea or Into the, who knows? It might actually be. Let me just look it up. It might be Into the Breach.
You put Celeste instead of Celeste.
Oh, yeah, that's funny because I copied and pasted what you typed, and I guess I changed it because I thought it wasn't right. Into the Deep. Let's see if this is the game that I'm trying to talk about right now. I should have put video game after it. Into the Deep is a very popular phrase. Well, no, I'm talking. It just comes up with a bunch of songs.
Like a shark stuff. Is that the name of a shark movie? No, maybe they're thinking of Deep Blue Sea or something.
Song of the Deep is the
Song
one.
Song of the Deep. Okay, that came out a couple of years ago. That's a good game too. It's like a Metroidvania game where you're in a submarine.
Yeah. I got it for like $1 or something.
Yeah. That's a really good game, definitely. Actually made by GameStop.
I know, which is very interesting. Yes. So on my yet to play list, I kind of just wrote these down, and I truly only really intend on playing one of these.
Wow.
Which is Celeste. So I need to get points for that. I'm going to check out Dead Cells. I might play it.
I have Dead Cells, so I can let you borrow that or something sometime. Like, I own the physical copy.
Gotcha, okay. Octopath Traveler, maybe.
I also have a physical copy of that.
Okay, I might throw up a playthrough on that, like as a background thing while I'm editing or something, but I don't know if I want to jump back into that world, right? That genre right now. I've been looking at the Messenger on and off on different platforms, so I might play that. But honestly, the one that I'm, like, set in stone to play is Celeste, and I'm probably going to buy that for the Switch.
Highly recommend that. It's beautiful. Yeah, we talked about it earlier. I definitely recommend that. If I had a physical copy, I'd let you borrow it, but
I know.
I do not. They are releasing physical copies, and I might try to pick that up. I think we mentioned that at the top of the show sometime, but yeah, I think that's our list. There's more games that we didn't play, couldn't play, forgot about, yada, yada, yada. But I think we got most of the big names out of the way. But now is the time of the show. We have to do it. We have to pick our individual game of the year. I'm having a couple. I think I have it. What about you? What do you think? I think I have mine.
Dang. Yeah, I got it.
Hey, you want to go first?
Yes. Okay. So my game of the year for 2018 is We Happy Few.
Are you kidding? Dang, really? We Happy Few? I think you're the only person in the world who's saying that.
Probably, yeah.
You care to give an explanation as to why it beat
why it beat
some of the
Red
greatest
Dead?
games of all time?
Yeah.
Would you say this is one of your favorite games of all time, Jordan?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Holy shit.
And it's just one of those games that the story has stuck with me. It really has. Even though technically I didn't beat the game, even because I didn't finish the last two stories, but I don't care. To me, they.
How do you know you wouldn't have liked the other two if you'd played the stories?
What?
You said you didn't like the other two characters, but if you played the stories, and that would have changed your mind.
I mean, yeah, probably. It probably would have. And I might go back and play them.
That blows me away. Like, you were complaining a lot about that game earlier in the year.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just there's just something that's different about that game. That's I don't know, just something about it. Just out of all the games, it stuck with me the most.
We Happy Few. Jordan's
We Happy Few.
Game
out of
of
all
the
the
year.
games that I've played this year, it's the one that's stuck with me the most in my mind because it's just
Didn't that run at like horrible frame rates and everything too?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's definitely. But this
blows my mind.
Yeah, if you throw away all the bad stuff of it,
but you can't.
I know you can't. Yeah, because it's not optimized. There's a lot wrong with it, and a lot of people would argue that it shouldn't be, even in my game of the year discussion. But
that doesn't matter.
I know, but
it blows me away. I am absolutely baffled. But
there's a story that's just that I think that most people need to experience in this game. That is. Just,
I think you're the only person I've heard it say anything good about it.
I know. There's to me, yes, I love graphics. Yes, I like stories and all this. But it's just We Happy Few just left a story with me that it really just made me realize some of the stuff that people go through that I haven't gone through personally, but it helped me understand individuals better.
I mean, a lot of what you're saying I got from Celeste, and it also had good gameplay. But
okay, so
I understand. That game. I thought it looked cool, and then I don't know, for whatever reason, I decided not to play it, and then everyone's talking about how it wasn't really what they wanted. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should if you think it's that good. Okay. So my game of the year, as everyone may know by now. Gameplay is king. It's what matters more than anything. If the game doesn't feel right, I don't really care. Because it's how you interact with the world. Celeste, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Spider-Man, God of War, these games all feel incredible. That being said, Red Dead Redemption 2 does not feel good. It's kind of clumsy. The UI isn't great. You accidentally kill people sometimes. But it has the greatest story any video game has ever told. I cared about Arthur Morgan. I hated Dutch. I cannot stress enough. I aimed for people's shoulders.
And their heads exploded.
Red Dead. No, they didn't. I tried to make Arthur a better man through my gameplay. Red Dead Redemption 2 was my game of the year. Is what I'm trying to say. Are you laughing?
Yeah, I am. Good job.
I can't.
That was beautiful.
It's so good. Oh my. There's a lot of frustration in this game. I'm not gonna lie, but it's worth it. I really do think it's worth it.
Okay. Huh. Well.
What a year! What a year for video games. I cannot wait
What a
for
year.
next year's.
Yes. This is a great year for us doing this podcast too. Here's to another year of doing this, and let's do this outro. So, as always, hopefully this will change soon. But you know them, we love them. The Heatley brothers produced our wonderful intro and outro music, which is 8-Bit Passion. We are on iTunes and all the other places you listen to podcasts. You can listen to One Up Me and One Up My News there. We're always available for you to enjoy. We'd love if you leave us a review on iTunes. Let us know what you think about the show. And for a New Year's resolution, just share the show with someone. Either One Up Me or One Up My News or both of them. Just let people know about us. As you know, if you've been listening, One Up My News has its own RSS feed. You're more than welcome to check it out there. It's on iTunes, and we're working on getting it other places. We'll definitely update you when it gets to other places. But now it is on iTunes and Stitcher and YouTube and wherever you listen to podcast. I don't know why I couldn't get that word out. We appreciate y'all going on this adventure with us for this first year, half of the year, whatever you want to call it. This first leg of the adventure. It's been awesome. For all the latest podcast news, you're more than welcome to check out our podcast Twitter, which is One Up Me Podcast. On Twitter, you can use the hashtag #PlayOn or the hashtag #AskOneUpMe to submit questions to the show, or you can just add us directly. That's fine too. You can follow me on Twitter @Aswaylock. You can follow Ryan on Twitter @RyanDivisions. We have a Reddit r/OneUpMe Podcast. We have an Instagram, which is One Up Me Gaming. We have a Discord, which will be in the description /show notes as always. You're more than welcome to support us on Patreon. That would be amazing if you do. It would help us out through this next year of our adventure. We have different tiers. The $1 tier, which is labeled Player 4, you can get One Up My News early, and you can get the Patreon exclusive podcast early. And for Player 3, which is the $2 tier, you can get both podcasts early, as well as all previous mentioned rewards. And the tiers go on like that. If you do a $5 tier, which is Player 3, you can get articles early, as well as the previous mentioned rewards, and all those tiers give you access to a Patreon exclusive text channel in our Discord channel. You can email the show, oneupmepodcast@gmail.com, with questions, comments, concerns, topics you'd like us to cover, anything of that nature. For everything One Up Me, you can go to our website, oneupmegaming.com. And, as always, play on.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.